just today, I was at a family birthday party with Bob, and my sister had a question about the logo, and she wanted to know if she could get a copy of the Schnozzcast logo deconstructed and split into two different pieces. One without the orange sound waves, and the other one just the orange sound waves. Can you do that? Like, do you have that on you? I'm like, I don't have it on me.
Was this a real question?
He goes, I have it. I'll go get my laptop. And he went out to his car. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, Cory Schnozzcast.
He almost just took down the folding table.
He goes, let me go out to my car. I'll get my laptop. I'm all over this. He goes, do you know how to do it? I go, yeah. You bring it up in preview, and there's a way you do it with the markup tool to do like the instant alpha. He's like, cool, I'll go get that. So he would argue that, like, hey, you just never know.
Did this actually happen?
It did. I'm telling you, this actually happened today.
And they needed it at the party?
It wasn't like, if you don't give me that tool, someone's going to die. I need it in the next 30 minutes, or many lives will be lost. It wasn't necessary, but it was something where they're like, hey, can you do that? And it was so low on a list, any list of anybody's priorities, that it was probably clear to everyone involved that if I didn't do it right then at the party and he didn't go get his laptop, I would have forgot about it and it probably never would have been done.
I mean, can't you set a reminder in your phone and be on your way? Continue the merriment?
But it's not something I need. It's something that they needed, and they said, oh,
but they needed it then. Like, hey, we're frosting Dad's Schnozzcast cake right now. And we can't remember what the design would look like without these wavy lines. Can you do that for me? Because it's going to ruin Christmas if you don't.
That was the urgency.
It's not something like, yeah, that would be really cool if you guys could do this. Hey, yeah, I'll work on it this week, and can I send it to you by Thursday?
It was, I'm going to get my laptop.
Hey, I need to cut the grass in the shape of the Schnozzcast logo. What does it look like? Since you have your lawnmower going right now, let me go get that and make that happen.
And look, I was happy to do it, and I did. And I think it turned out great.
Why? I still don't understand why.
Because they were, because his sister was so excited.
No, Bob explained. Tell me before Cory has a chance.
His sister was so excited to have it, to do what she was going to do with it, which I'll let Cory get into, that it was kind of infectious. I even told her and her boyfriend, like, man, you guys are really excited about this. It's kind of cool. She's like, yeah, it's so much fun.
They're really excited about the Schnozzcast podcast that they've never been to?
They were excited to work with our graphic logo, despite never having been.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying now. So they were sitting with a set of wall clippers, and they were like, hey, what would Amore look like with a Schnozzcast logo in her fur? And
was something
I need to look at that. And he said, I'll make that happen right now.
It was right. Think about the thing that most captures your interest, your biggest hobby that you get super excited to do.
Eating.
Great. Imagine if someone said, man, those peppers, they look pretty hot. I don't think anybody could eat those. You, Nick Bader, would say, out of the way, I'll take care of it. I love to eat. I love peppers. I'll do it. I'll show you.
Okay. So this is a stretch, though. You're saying that Cory's favorite thing to do is things involving the Schnozzcast?
No, things involving like solving problems where he can pull out his laptop and Kermit the Frog his way to victory.
I don't know. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah. Any excuse to pull out his laptop.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Which being a IT guy, I applaud. I'm all for that.
Oh, I'm like, he's not
an
IT guy.
There are times for it and times not for it. Like, we're at the party last night. The laptop was on and doing some sort of processing, uploading, downloading, crunching, something all night long. And
I actually got a call from WoW today saying that I used way too much bandwidth last night.
Yeah.
They said that, like, almost an entire month's worth.
Cutting you off.
Yeah. No, they actually said we have to charge you for another month just based on what you used last night. I think that's what it is. I think somehow he does some kind of like cryptocurrency mining.
No, he doesn't.
At people's houses, and he takes advantage of their bandwidth and turns that into cash.
No.
I think he's figuring out some way to do that.
If there was a way to do it and lose cash, I could see that happen.
But
all right, now that Cory's actually sat down at the table, pulled the mic, I'm going to step away, grab your Fireball from the freezer.
My Fireball? Just make sure you grab your own, too.
Sure.
Bob and I each purchased a pint of Fireball for ourselves.
Labeled.
Because we knew you'd be unprepared, so you're just going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, but the funniest part about it, Bob, was that he was in his driveway. He was in his driveway when he realized the bag was missing and turned the car around on a dime and came back to my house.
Like a pro stunt.
Marched into the house, grabbed it out of my hand, got back in his car, and sped off.
Right.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't say, like, hey, I'm going to put my window down, and in about 30 seconds I'll be driving by, toss it into my vehicle. I cannot stop right now.
Came close to it.
You ever seen the movie Speed, like on the bus and everything that was, really timed and accounted for, and they couldn't stop because if they would, went under a certain mile per hour or over, that the bus would blow up. I mean, I feel like that was on his mind. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, there were no pleasantries. Hey, man, that's kind of funny. You left your bag. It was out of my hands and out the door, and he was gone again.
Thanks, man.
I said, what? I'm like, what the fuck happened? I don't know. It just went right back out the door. I just can't imagine. I cannot imagine. And I called Tony on speakerphone with Joe and told him what was going on. And Tony was in hysterics. He was like, what could have possibly happened that would have caused this? I'm like, I have no idea.
Well, maybe part of it was, I know for me, if I'm on my way home and I have to turn around and derail my going home plans and delay them because something I forgot, then but this is your personal.
It's just gonna get warm.
But you're gonna pour one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour it for all of us.
See, I felt like you were making a joke, but then I went actually to the deep freeze, and there were actually two individualized.
I was making a joke. Not even.
But I thought for a minute, I'm like, did he actually buy?
No. Well, the guy, same place, went back to the same place, and he's like, I have it cold, but it's in the pints, so I'm only going to charge you for a fifth. Right. Same thing. But right. Yeah, it did work out that way. But
I just wasn't sure how far you were going to carry that joke.
Well, here's the thing. Cory even comes to my home armed. Cory,
you're armed. You're heavily armed.
He's always armed.
Yeah.
So even in my home, in the confines of my home, because you never know, at one point, maybe some kind of flesh-eating virus or something will hit, or the zombie apocalypse will start, and I'll turn over and my eyes will light up red, and he'll be like, okay, this is no longer my friend. I might need this. He thinks that at any given point, we could probably turn against him.
That's a great defense. I thought his eyes were turning red, so I shot him.
Oh, yeah, he does have the zombie virus. You're okay. You're not going to prison.
Right.
But that being said, Fireball is in the vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
Cory is going to have some. Mm-hmm. We can tell him all day long that we purchased them for ourselves, and that will not at all interest him. He would rather burn the house down and no one get Fireball than for him not to get any. He would get some Fireball. So unless we were able to put it up somewhere really high that he couldn't reach it,
he would literally turn to arson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be like, no one's having Fireball if I'm not. So it's not even fun. It wouldn't even be fun to joke about it because he'll end up getting it.
Wow.
That's one thing that if he sets his mind to, he will. If it's around, he'll get it.
Yeah,
that is true.
He wouldn't just say no and not have any Fireball. I mean, could you imagine? That would not even happen.
It's fun to imagine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not in my home. Somewhere else, I would enjoy it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a probably ill-advised Schnozzcast Schnot. So, if you'd like to join us, pause us, grab your favorite drink, your favorite alcohol-flavored alcoholic beverage, and come back.
That'd be great if they made a vodka and the flavor was isopropanol.
It's a top seller in Russia. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's because I turned the comments off on there.
On what?
Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Glug, glug, glug.
Merry Christmas. No, it doesn't.
I love doing shots by myself.
I'm putting this... I'm sending this back. Got this iPad under advisement from Cory Schnozzcast. Okay, woo! Sir, you're going to have to fix this. I'm getting very
we're
upset.
now like 52 minutes in the podcast. At this point, I would just give it up the ghost.
No, this is his deal.
He can't.
He's an Apple.
He's only got two hands.
This is
Kermit the Frog guy.
this is like being in the Apple store and then being like, I just don't know.
Nick,
I'm sorry. Go home.
It's hard enough to get him to concentrate on actually participating in the podcast with one laptop in front of him, but now you give him an iPad too?
Here's the thing, though. What did you say?
Why don't you just swing that mic over and point it away from his face?
What did you say about the fact that, you didn't, jackass, you didn't fucking stop him from going to his car to get his laptop so Keegan could shave into a dog our logo, did you? No, you're at
we weren't recording the podcast at the time.
You were at a family function. There should be merriment and talking and milling.
This was like the fifth family function I've had in the last 6 days, so I've seen these people over and over again.
Well,
we were all tired of being with each other.
Then why were you there?
Because I had to make.
Why did you have to?
Potatoes.
I was going to say, why did you make the company potatoes
I had
hungover?
to. Oh, that was it was a scene, man.
Yeah.
It was a scene. I'm like trying to.
Okay, first of all, can we please explain to the listeners what the fuck company potatoes are?
Oh, sure. It's
because I have no idea.
It's just another word for cheesy potatoes. So basically, you take.
Ooh, those are good.
But I learned something because I'm clearly not a great cook. But
you're not a chef.
I'm not a chef. But I was asked to bring something, and Chrissy's like, "Nah, it'll be fine. I'll send you the recipe. It'll be fine."
Because when you said it to me, I thought you had like a work Christmas party that you were talking about.
I'd bring the company potatoes.
Yeah.
The Dell potatoes.
Well, I'm like, I didn't know. Oh well, I have to make the company potatoes like for our party.
Right. I've got to bring the Ford Motor Company potatoes.
So I'm like, are you bringing the potatoes for company? Or are you bringing potatoes to your company's Christmas party? Like, I couldn't figure it out, and I'm like, what are these company potatoes?
I honestly couldn't tell you where the name came from. It's a handwritten recipe, which is probably from her grandmother. But essentially, it's potatoes, mayonnaise, sour cream,
mayonnaise,
onions, cheddar cheese, and then you crumble up potato chips, like Better Made potato chips, over the top of it and bake it in the oven for 350 for 90 minutes, and that's it. But I had to make 2 batches of them. And so I learned some cool things in that, because she's like, oh, don't worry about like buying potatoes and cubing them or whatever. You can buy
just
potatoes.
Steel potatoes.
You can buy, I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could buy cubed potatoes.
Cubed?
Yeah, frozen cubed potatoes.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
You go to Kroger, and she's like, buy the southern ones, the southern style ones. Those are good. So I'm like, all right. So I go to buy those, and there's only 1 left. So I'm like, shit, I need 2, because I have to make 2 batches. But they had O'Brien potatoes there. They had some of those that were frozen cubed. They come with the red and green peppers in it, and the onions. Very good. Then, you're supposed to add an onion, and I'm like, man, I cannot stand chopping onions. Can't stand it. But she's like, no, you go to Kroger, you can buy a pound of frozen pre-chopped onions. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's amazing. I didn't know that, and now I'll never chop another onion. So that's great.
Wow.
So it didn't take that long, but I'd make 2 batches, so the biggest bowl I could find, and everything had just come out of the freezer. Something's like ice cold, and I'm like trying to knead it with my hands and mix it all up and spread it out in the pan.
So it was all frozen?
It was all, yeah. You get some butter in there. And I did, I'm like, you know what this thing needs? It's not in the recipe. Bacon. So I put some bacon bits on that bitch. And I made 2 batches, but my kids were like bumblefucking around trying to like take showers and stuff. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to
hopefully not at the same time.
No.
Okay.
Jack, wash my back. I do have 2 showers.
But they conserve water, so.
You wash my back, I'll wash yours. So I'm like, look, I'm going to make sure this is done. I'm going to send it.
I don't understand. Your kids don't shower together? Mine have been doing it since they were little.
Have they?
I just don't understand. Jack and Cecilia have always showered together.
Young Roderick and Lola, they shower together. I was trying to think of Nick Bader's children's names. Jaquan. Marshall Law Bader. So I'm like, let me just make sure that these potatoes get done. I'll send them with Jack. So I got him hooked up with those from the back of his car. I'm like, you do that. And now that finally you guys are done and you're out of my hair, and now I can finally take a shower and go over there. So everybody's making food.
You know what you could have done?
What's that? What?
You could have all taken a shower.
Stop.
He would have been there on time.
How big do you think the shower is in my house?
That's like a circus shower. One of those big elephant brushes.
Yep. just a series of nozzles and hoses.
Just rains from the ceiling.
It's really just like a magician's, water escape hatch.
Now, do you shower in Jack's bathroom upstairs?
No, that's kids' bathroom up there. No, they're animals. I don't shower. They're animals. I
remember saying that I had to go use the restroom one time, and I went up there, and it was just in such a state of disarray.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, ooh, you're like, that's gross. You went in that bathroom?
Yeah.
You're like, ugh, I never go in there. I'm like, yeah, it shows.
Right.
I can tell.
Anyway, so I get there, and everybody's brought something, and we all start eating everything. And I got the. Have you ever watched a Special Olympics on TV?
No, my life is enough of a Special Olympics, so I don't.
I see. Well,
yeah.
you don't know what you're missing, because when they finish the race, a lot of it is like, hey, good for you. Way to go, buddy. Good for you, buddy. Look at you.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Look at you, buddy. Right, but you're providing a lot of encouragement for people who are like, I didn't know I could do it. Or you could liken it to like a 3-year-old who's finally learned to go to the bathroom all by himself, and they're like, look at you, buddy. You're like, I could do it all by myself. When people were like, hey, Bob, potatoes are great. Like, that's the look I got. Like a, look at you, buddy.
Yeah?
You did it.
You did it all by yourself. You made potatoes. That's the look I got. And they were all being very kind, but I kind of am like, okay, this is too many accolades for fucking potatoes. You're making me feel like I'm a special needs person that finally figured out.
Did they tousle your hair?
Had they been within tousling distance, I would have been tousled.
Evan on Podbean Live just said congrats.
Thanks, Podbean. I did it all by myself.
Well, luckily,
yay me!
Luckily, you probably didn't need to be tousled because you probably tousled before you went to the party.
You did it, buddy.
I always tousle pre-party.
Yeah, you want to leave
Some
the
people
house.
pre-game, I pre-tousle.
You don't want to leave the house with a loaded gun.
No. Could go off.
And you don't want to tousle at someone else's home.
No, cocked and loaded.
Ooh.
Hey-o.
Well, good thing we're going for all the euphemisms here.
All right, let's move on now. I'm gonna before I step away from the mic and put these back in the deep freeze.
I'll take care of that. I'll put them in there because I gotta get a beer.
Okay.
I haven't
I'll
had
get
beer.
you one.
I haven't had this beer.
I'll take one if you're going.
Well, you're not my waiter, and you're not my fucking girlfriend.
That's right. However, if I were, I would love one of those Blackberry IPAs, which is in the middle shelf in the box.
Oh, okay. Well, since you're getting them for me, then you'll know exactly where to grab it.
I knew where that was going. All right. So before I do that, let me just let's move off into.
Yeah.
You guys want to go into pick of the week?
Like a picture?
Pick of the week. PICK.
Like what picture we took of the week?
Holy fuck! Look, we've done this before. It's 52 episodes.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Does anybody? Do you guys have one? And can go first, so I can go grab the beer. Cory, you got something?
I did. It's going to take me a second to think of it.
One.
So you don't have one?
No, I do.
And then now you have to noodle on the computer and find one real quick?
No, I honestly had one.
Well, you know what we can do?
I can do mine really quick.
We can do...
mine really quick. Here we go. So, real quick, pick of the week, I started catching up on my Netflix queue this week. Letterkenny came out. It's not my pick of the week, although it should be anybody's pick of the week.
Correct.
Letterkenny Season 8 coming out. I've just finished episode 4, so I'm ready for the last 3 episodes. I have heard that the Holy Sheet episode, which is I think number 6, is amazing. Could be possible best episode ever. I haven't seen it yet. That's just what I heard.
Well, and on top of that, to kind of sidebar.
I was waiting for it.
What you said to Danielle last night that I couldn't hear.
Yeah. I don't even remember.
Bob was trying to give some spoilers last night.
I don't even remember. I was just being a smartass.
And then I was able to avoid you doing it.
Yeah.
Pulled up Google today. Google fucking ruined it for me.
Why would you pull up Google?
Just because the little stories that pop up right underneath the search bar.
Yeah.
It was about Letterkenny.
Dude.
And
I'm sorry. You shouldn't. Yeah.
Well,
you gotta stay away from all social media until you.
Well, and here's I'm going to say it. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
For what? For Letterkenny?
Yeah.
No.
But
he's not going to know the name when I say it, so it doesn't matter.
He's just an invalid.
Do you have to do it? Because I've already seen it. You don't have to. We can talk. Why don't we talk afterward?
OV?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. So anyway, my pick of the week, I caught, and I think I recommended it to Danielle while we were sitting at the bar the other night.
You and Danielle were at the bar the other night?
Yeah, against my advisement.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck Cory, we don't need him. We'll have a good time.
I just sat at home and wept and wept.
Well, you had good reason to weep, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't either.
Lots of sex.
Oh, is that? Oh, at the bar.
You know,
Right,
it's
right,
Ray's.
right on Jason's sex
It's
table?
Ray's. Yeah, apparently that's what happens at Ray's. What happens at Ray's stays at Ray's, all over the tables. So there's a great movie on there called Marriage Story. Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson. It's the director's Noah Baumbach, who did The Squid and the Whale. Yeah,
It just sounds
didn't like
like
that one.
it just sounds like you're making up made up things.
No, nope.
The squeezely bop and the wibbity warp.
Nope. Actual director. Very, very fine film. This one was amazing. It's essentially they play a married couple who is going through a divorce. If you're anybody out there who's listening or watching, if you've never been through a divorce, it's a great cautionary tale for like, hey, this is what it's like. If you're on the cusp of it, this is a great cautionary tale going like, make sure you're prepared because this is the kind of stuff that can happen. Having been through it myself, it was really struck by how many different notes were hit that were so true, and the acting was utterly fantastic. If Adam Driver doesn't win the Oscar for this, I'm not sure what the fuck's going on. So if you're looking for something for EQ, something to watch over the holidays before you go back to work, Marriage Story on Netflix, highly recommend. It's actually funnier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be just a serious drama with a lot of like downers, like a tough one to get through, but it was really well done. And the two of them act the living shit out of it. Best work they've ever done. So that's my pick. Did you remember yours now, Cory?
I'm still trying.
Come on, dude! I told the whole story.
my mind has been rushing ever since I got here. So,
Nick, you gonna save the day?
Oh yeah, I actually had a pick of the week earlier that I thought of, something actually really cool. Completely forgot about it. But I'm gonna say that my pick of the week is the new Lost in Space season 2. And if you haven't seen any of the new Lost in Space on Netflix, even season 1, I would highly recommend it. I'm never seen Star Wars, not a Star Trek, not a Star Trek guy. But I do like, I have a good imagination, and
oh, there it is.
I feel like that. I feel like I have to baby-proof my house. But no, I feel like that it's got there's a lot of good CGI graphics, good acting, and it's interesting. It kept my interest. I binged through season 1 and binged through season 2. Now I've just completed that, and I think it's a really cool series. I hope they continue it. So yeah, I would say that my pick of the week is definitely Lost in Space in general. If not, season 2. I think season 2 was pretty cool. Season 1 I think was awesome, just kind of the couple places that they take it, but season 2 is pretty sweet as well. So if you haven't given it a chance, please
try that.
Please take a look. Ooh, Blackberry IPA, huh?
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah.
Stepping outside of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like a sour.
Yeah.
You know what a sour is?
It's something that is not sweet.
It's a type of beer.
You did it, buddy.
Yay!
Company potatoes.
All by myself.
It's kind of a beer that has like more of a vinegary taste to it, I guess. Some of them are like, it's almost like you're drinking straight vinegar. It's disgusting.
What are you talking about, like the Goes beers or the sour?
Yeah, the sours.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they run parallel.
Yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste.
This says it's an IPA, so.
Yeah. No, it was good. I thought it was good. All right, moment of truth.
I did remember it.
Woohoo!
So, I did receive for Christmas a SanDisk SSD external hard drive. And so I've been doing all the videos and everything, been having an issue with actually saving them to my computer. and keeping them there, because obviously it takes up a ton of memory. So I'm going to try to find a way to possibly keep saving them, but not on my computer, so I can continue doing the movies or episodes. And so upon receiving this, I tried it out with the first video. Was able to move everything over, save the entire video on there with no problem. Put a bunch of other photos and everything I had from my computer, so I was able to delete them off my computer. And I can also just completely delete everything that's off my SSD cards, or my SD cards, onto the little external hard drive, and then be able to wipe the SD cards so I can continue using them rather than buying new ones. And the device itself is only about the size of a playing card, and it's you can get them in 500 gigabytes, a terabyte, 5 terabytes, at a decent price. So anyone that's looking for any sort of external hard drive storage, SanDisk Extreme SSD, I would definitely go for. Okay. It's not like you can easily. There's actually even a little ring in it that you can clip it like on your bag or something like that. So it's not something you got to pack up and have all these cords to and everything, and it's going to be a hassle to do. It's very easy.
Right.
Do you clip it on your bag?
I do.
Bob, if you were to purchase one, would you clip it to your bag?
I don't know that I have a bag.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
No, I do have a bag.
You do?
I would put it in the bag. I don't clip shit on my bag. Old school, sir.
Cory, I just want to say on behalf of all of us here at the Schnozzcast, we appreciate you trimming your face a little bit.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
And don't think it was because of your comment the other day, by the way, too.
The other day.
What comment was that?
Trim your face.
Hey, how's it going? Good. Trim your face.
Beard's getting a little long there.
Yeah, it was like, I told him it looks like, even though I used it yesterday about my brother, but it's still, the comedy still holds true. It's like Yukon Cornelius's brother. He looked like he was on the Smith Brothers cough drops label. You know, I mean, it was all in disarray. It was coming out from every end.
Yeah,
you know?
bushy.
Yeah,
bushy
it was like an angry grizzly.
Yeah.
So he took care of it. He's got it a nice little goatee now. So.
Yep. Very stylish. Just in time for the holidays.
Is that what's in this holiday? Sure.
Stylish. Cheers.
Cheers, fellas. We're going to do another...
Cheers. Cheese
possibly
pizza.
the last for this round of Schnozzcast. Schnott. Cheers. Oh, the hair of the dog.
I'm so glad you finished that with "of the dog." Like, please, if you have like a hair or something in your, please don't say that, because I'm not in a state right now where I can hear something like that. Seriously.
Right.
Like if I looked over and he was like, oh God, all over the place. It would not be good. I'm not in the mental state right now to be able to see people removing hairs from shots.
Yeah.
Nope.
There is a time, though, where you're
me not around.
It's perfectly okay.
Me not around.
Okay.
Yep. Like passed out on the ground, maybe that'd be fine.
Makes sense.
We haven't done it for a while, but I want to try to get back to it. So I sent you guys a text earlier in the week thinking about content, and wanted to see if we could prevail upon our host, Mr. Nick Bader, to provide us with another edition of Nick's Existential Quest. Ouch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right?
Sorry about that.
Nick's Existential Question of the Week.
Yeah. Oh, look it.
Oh, there you go. You got it now.
I don't want it to go. I don't want it to go away now. I don't know if I
Just
turn
take a
it.
screenshot.
Don't
Just
turn
make it your wallpaper.
Don't turn it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I see the comments in the room. Apple doing their fantastic job. But yeah, Nick's Existential Question of the Week. I'm trying to think of the one that.
While you're thinking about that, I can kind of give a certain background for listeners who might not have heard this segment before.
I actually think they're in my phone, which is currently our camera right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just think of one. So continue.
Yeah, perfect.
Just continue.
Yeah. So in the course of his day, performing his duties in the workday, Nick has sort of made the rounds with his compatriots, with his direct reports and his peers, and sometimes to pass the time, have move beyond the small talk to say, hey, what do you think about this question? It's kind of one of those, not necessarily of the fuck, marry, kill variety, but of the maybe two uncomfortable choices that you have to make. Neither one of which should be easy, but one should definitely be worse than the other. So it's kind of helped them to pass the time, and we've done a couple in the past episodes that have been existential questions. I think the most famous of which was, what would a day in Cory's heaven look like? And also another one was, if you could go back to any time in your life where there's something about your life that you might want to change, make an impact, for good or for ill, at what point in your life would you go back to, and what would the change be? So, kind of along those lines. I'm sure it's a fun party game or something else to sort of pass the time when you're talking with your buddies, or trying to wait for the movie to start, or sitting there having coffee, and you're tired of people watching.
Can you ever get tired of that?
It depends on the people.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Fair enough.
Yeah. If you hate people, then you tend to not want to watch them.
I'm gonna completely go the opposite there.
Yeah.
I think,
but then you just like getting angry.
well, that's so much. I guess not so much angry, but you.
It gives you pleasure to see other people
and
you
you
hate,
and you can make fun of them and judge them without contact with them.
Yeah. So it's like being on social media all the time.
Right. But out in the real world.
Right.
Real world social media.
All right, Nick. So.
Yeah, the existential question of the week. Bob, thanks for setting it up. It not really a coworker or subordinate kind of question that I used to do, but it was always with my friends growing up. Was more or less how it started. Hey, would you rather X, Y, and Z, or would you rather do this? Just stuff to get people thinking and conversations going. It's, trust me, never any kind of brilliance. It's usually something repulsive.
I'm kind of hoping for both.
But we can, for the podcast, we can just go, I guess, in any direction we want. But the one I was thinking about, we had, I don't know if you mentioned, but Cory's version of heaven.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Did we never continued that, of that tier of Bob's version of heaven, Nick's version of heaven? We never did that.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know that they...
Nobody wants to know that.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I don't know that we can top Cory's day in heaven.
No, we can't, but that's still going to be out there.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to not be able to answer the question yourself. I think it was important that we, as Cory's best friends, had to answer that question.
Yeah.
Because just asking Cory would be boring.
Right. Well, he's going to, and at the end of the day, he's going to then go, okay, that was all wrong except for this one part.
Oh, he did do that.
Right.
He
That's
did
the
tell
fun
us.
part. Yeah.
There's only
you weren't even close.
No, once you guys start getting carried away with.
Oh, we were not carried away.
Yeah, you got
it was fun.
It was perfect.
Right, but we went deep into the rabbit hole.
Remember, my favorite part was, it was almost like the Matrix, or like different scenes that you could, walk across the street and it's no longer daytime, and you're no longer in Oscoda, and now you're at Uncle Ray's and it's nighttime.
Right.
I loved that we had mentioned that there was no really anything involved. There was not a lot of travel involved, but I also think that what we touched on, which was really funny, that Cory likes to be in control. Cory likes getting in his little car and going, his Avenger, his Charger, whatever it may be, and
Fusion.
And no, I know what it is now,
Right.
but this is heaven. You're not going to have your Fusion in heaven.
Maybe I would.
No.
Yeah, maybe I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Heaven is you in a fusion?
Maybe I would.
No, you would not. He would.
Ford would be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Great gas mileage.
No,
Right.
but it's heaven.
That's important in heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven is huge.
It's a big place.
But remember what I said.
What is the cost of gas per gallon in heaven? Like $2.87?
Remember what I
It's astronomical.
remember what I said though about how just walking across the street to Uncle Ray's would
Yeah.
not be sufficient. Cory, it's all about the journey. So he would have to feel in control still to where he could get into his car and drive. It may not have to be a long distance, and it just may be like the same scenery repeating like an old film. But he has to get behind the wheel and going here now, and it might be just a 10-minute drive, but now he's suddenly there. It could be from Moscota to Ray's, but he needs to get in a car and feel like I'm going somewhere. To be able to just walk, I don't think he would appreciate that as much.
It couldn't be far if he was walking. It would be very short. Like there to the bathroom, that's about it. That's about it.
I happen to like long walks.
No, he doesn't.
No, you don't fucking like long walks.
No, I don't think you've long walked anywhere.
Correction.
In Oscoda, we were on the beach.
When we were in Memphis, how far did I walk from the hotel to the legit Irish pub that you guys were at?
Right, but the story that you've told many
Speaking-
times about that walk has been how fucking long and unnecessary of a walk it was. It's not like it was a walk that gave you pleasure. Like, that was a great walk. Like, there wasn't any reason for the story other than that how shitty the walk was and how much you regretted having to make the walk.
Oh, no, it wasn't how much I regretted having to make it. It was just the areas I went through that made it regretful.
Speaking of walking in
But
Memphis,
it's a great story.
Yeah.
Speaking of walking in Memphis,
Do it. Do it.
No, we weren't.
Walking in
talking
Memphis.
No. Moving on.
Happens to be Bob's favorite song
Moving on.
in the entire world.
Walking in Memphis.
So what is our existential question of the week?
Walking in Memphis.
No, that's not a question.
If you could rewrite the song,
if you could walk in Memphis,
if I could erase that from existence.
where would you walk?
which part of Memphis would you walk in?
Oh.
And what kind of footwear would you be
I'd
wearing?
walk out of Memphis.
What would be
Fuck
the
Memphis.
what would be the song that would be playing in the background while you were walking in
I
Memphis?
think there's only one answer to that.
There's a lot of versions of it, but I think if I was
I
rich,
really just want this to just
if I
move
was
to the next.
if I was rich, I would get Lone Star to come play on his front lawn, walking in Memphis.
Who the fuck is Lone Star?
I think they're the ones that sing it.
No, that's not
Rascal
who's saying,
Flatts?
that's not who's saying
No.
it.
Lone Star, Rascal Flatts, or
No.
Diamond Rio.
No, Nick, it's a way older song than that.
No, the newer one.
Hey, you know what we should do? Keep talking about that song.
All right. So, looking up here, walking in Memphis.
What are you gonna do? Unplug us, Bob?
Oh, I'm gonna cut all this shit out.
So
We just
no,
lost 20 minutes of the podcast
The-
on the audio version.
Mark Cohn is the original.
no, I don't
Yeah.
believe it. The existential question of the week this week is gonna be if you could switch careers to any job.
Oh.
Completely different. It has to be different. Can't be like, oh, well, I'm in IT now and I would be in processing. It would have to be
Right.
something completely different.
I already got my answer.
What would it be? Any career. Doesn't require you to go back to school or anything. It would be like, again, like the Matrix, like, boom,
I love this question, actually.
you have the knowledge. Boom, you have the knowledge. This is your job.
We have the knowledge. Okay.
So,
Can I,
Bob,
can I,
Are you going
can,
first?
Can I go?
Corey, go.
I don't know if I want Cory to go first. I want him to sit there just with it on his
All right,
hands.
well,
just
then
like-
go ahead. Start telling us.
No, but
Oh, I don't know yet. I
so,
gotta think about
so
it.
either he's going to have something fantastic that's going to be hard to follow, or he wants
Doubtful.
to be last because his is so great.
No, he wants to be first. Go first. Go ahead, Cory.
So, you guys are familiar with Edward Snowden, correct?
Yes.
I would want his job in the CIA. Not with the same outcome. Not with the same outcome.
Pre-banishment?
Pre-banishment, yes.
Okay.
But yes,
Pre-exile?
Being a computer whiz for the CIA
Okay.
would be my legit. And
Now, why do you say that?
Computer whiz?
Why do you say that? Because you could be a computer whiz anywhere.
He
It doesn't
wants
have to be at the CIA.
He wants any kind of job where he
You could be
can
a computer whiz for
play with his
Apple computer.
laptop.
because
You could be the top developer for Apple Computer.
right, and that would be awesome too. But I think to me, just the secrecy of it, and the level of which you're operating on. Like you're working, under the radar. But if I'm working for Apple, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm working for Apple.
Well, no, there's a level of secrecy there as well because you're the top developer. Like you're keeping developmental secrets for like next gen or next release iterations to the hardware and software.
Yeah, but I mean, like but for the CIA, you could be like, oh well, you know in your head, like, yeah, I'm working on hacking the number one, sought after terrorist right now.
Or, and the downside to that job is, or you, like Edward Snowden did, you discover some tomfuckery that's going on with the government that you're like, holy shit, like, I can't believe we're doing this. Like, we shouldn't be doing this. That's the downside of that job. I mean, I don't mean to shit all over your dream job,
but like you call them company potatoes, Bob. I'm a company man.
Oh, whatever the company wants, company does. Doesn't matter who gets hurt.
So wait on, you would lather yourself in mayonnaise and cheddar?
You have no integrity. You have no principles to stand by. You're just
there's principles to stand by.
No, not yours though.
Speaking of being a company man.
Okay. Speaking of it,
yeah.
Cory's not the biggest company man.
Uh-oh. I sense backstabbing going on here.
No, there's no backstabbing.
Okay, because I don't know what you're talking about or where this is going. So.
But you would slather yourself in mayo and cheddar? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and bacon.
I don't know. I think that
were pieces of that frozen when people were trying to eat it today?
No, I cooked it at 350 for 90 minutes.
Oh, don't
chipped it too.
Don't say anything. It's like when a child colors you a picture. Yes, that looks just like Daddy.
Cory can tell me, like, maybe, like, oh yeah, after you walked away, people were like, like I'd never eat that again.
I saw Vicky spoon feeding the dogs.
Yeah,
right from the tray.
Yeah, and then dogs throwing up.
And then Gia actually turned her nose away.
And
that's why Frank was so upset and growling at my mom because he was eating your potatoes.
Did you try some of it today?
Yeah.
Was it good?
In fact, when because I left the party about the same time that he did and came back and took a glorious
my party
2-hour nap. No, the party today. And my Jack and Cecilia followed me home and actually brought a lot of leftovers that were kind of foisted upon me, which was cool. So there was some ham and some company potatoes left. So I had leftovers for dinner.
Were there a lot of company potatoes? Here, honey, you take these.
There was there were 2 batches. I made 2 batches. The biggest batch was gone, and they had just cut into the second batch.
In good conscience, we can't take these. Here, Bob, take them home.
Well, okay, and
you didn't bring any?
I had all these left over. So let's circle back a tad bit here. Going back to picks of the week.
Sure.
Nick's Breakfast Pizza from DIB.
Oh, Dearborn Italian Bakery.
Oh, you would have loved
pizza that I didn't know that they made.
I hate breakfast.
Goddamn fantastic. But it's not just for breakfast, Nick. You can order it anytime.
No, I know, but it probably is breakfast themed.
Yeah. Eggs, bacon, cheese.
No.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
No.
Unbelievable. You don't know what you're missing.
No, I do know, because I don't like breakfast.
You don't like breakfast food?
Correct.
All right, well. So regrettable choice.
It'd be like me telling Tony, oh, they make a fantastic cilantro pizza. He'd be like, oh, God, no, I don't care how good it is, because he hates cilantro.
That's fair. I thought it was amazing. I didn't know they made it, so another cool thing that I learned this weekend. It was a great weekend for shit added to my Amazon cart, things I didn't know existed, things that are going to make my life better. It was a great weekend.
Did you end up purchasing that light? That was going to be my pick of the week, too, by the way.
It should have been.
And
save it for next week.
It was on my phone, yeah.
Save it for next week. No, there's literally, that's one of 7 things that are still in my cart. When I get a chance to breathe tomorrow and don't have a party to go to or a podcast to do, then we'll be all right.
Oh, I see. It's like a cartoon or something. I just see a silhouette of Cory pouring below my couch. I can't even tell what he's.
All right, so that's an interesting pick, sir. Do you want to say anything more on that? You want to hold off, or should we continue to move on to other folks?
No, it's fine. You guys can move on.
Oh, thanks, Cory. Nick, you want to go?
Yeah, for dream job.
Yeah.
I think mine would have to be like like a successful owner to a large restaurant/bar in a big city.
Yeah, it's kind of follow along with your Midnight Star Saloon ownership.
Yeah, but I think it would be cool, like a practical job. Like the Midnight Star thing would be awesome to do as well, you know, but...
It's not very practical.
No, I mean, you know, I would like to, you know, put a disclaimer that that it is established, it is successful, something that I could introduce, different kinds of food, you know, be an integral part in, integral. Oh, hey.
I'm listening.
An integral.
You're not talking just to me. You're talking to
That's right.
the
Thousands.
tens of listeners we have out there.
No, I would be an integral part in designing the menu, the drink list.
Yeah.
You know, the staffing. You know, but a large staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many underlings.
All about
Many layers.
all about large staffs. But no, I mean, I think it would be really cool to constantly have people, like, you know, like a Chicago thing, you know, constantly have people coming in. Nothing like a dead Uncle Ray's night, you know, you want a burger?
Right.
You know, no, it would have to be like if you wanted crab legs, you could get crab legs. If you
Right.
wanted duck confit, it would be there. You know, I mean, something to where it was awesome food, to where I could come in a sport coat or a suit with no tie and just walk around and have drinks with people. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. You know, yeah, get this table around. You know,
Just picture walking in like slow motion. Sort of like,
yeah, this is these are my guys. Come on, guys, come in. Cory, Bob, you can sit up there on the
Gold chain.
No.
no, more of like a Natalie dressed, like almost too well dressed for what he's doing.
No, it'd be
version of like a Mater.
So you want to be Jason?
No,
Natalie dressed.
no. My cousin Allie doesn't dress that well. I wouldn't dress like that. No, but yeah, something to where, you know, it's successful. There's constantly people coming in. There's awesome food. We could switch up the menu. You know, I've lost sound. But yeah, something like that I think would be really cool. And to you know, be able to help my friends out. Come on in. You know, grab some food and drinks. You know, something like that I think would be really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think I would want to go for actor/director. I think that would be the dream job.
You would be an actor?
Yeah. I think it was a lot of fun. I did it once, and it was just a different experience I never had.
Anything we might have seen?
Bob, being an
No.
extra in a group of 4,000 people is not
No.
acting.
Like it was an audition, like a scene rehearsal for a play, and it was.
Someone order a pizza?
If you've never done it, it was really fascinating.
What was it called? Saving Ryan's Privates?
No, it was not. But I directed a thing in college, like a film that, not for class or anything, but to do for like the
Can we see it?
fraternity. I don't know that it exists anywhere.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
All the evidence is gone.
I don't know if it ever existed, Bob.
Yeah. Anyway, that would be my dream job. That would be the most fun. I think I would have a blast doing that. I think I'd be good at it.
I don't think porn does not count.
No porn.
No.
No porn.
So would you rather direct or act though?
I would like to do both. There's people that do both.
So you like to Tarantino it?
I don't know that he's an actor necessarily.
Are you a good actor?
I have no idea. I've only done one.
Like you would just
one scene in one tryout for one play, but the experience was such where I'm like, I really would love to actually try to do that again.
What line did you have to read?
It was a whole scene. I had many lines. It was like a 2 or 3 page. You didn't have to memorize it, so you got to have your thing through. So it was like 3 or 4 pages of dialogue, but it was like a one-on-one scene with a girl that I had never met before, never spoken to, never seen. It was like, oh, you're playing this part, or you're going to play the part of so-and-so, and go.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Well, that's the thing you think about, but when you go to say lines and the other person, when you have to act with somebody, like, who's seriously in the line, and you have to look in their eyes, and you're trying to figure out why they're saying what they're saying, because you know what you're supposed to say next, but they put a different spin on the words or the phrasing that kind of like throws you a bit, and you have to. It was just really fascinating.
Really?
Oh yeah, I would absolutely do it again. And that was, shit, I was like 22. And I still remember it, how the feeling that I had when I did it.
An erection? Was that the feeling?
No.
Oh my God, there's a super hot girl that I don't know that she's forced to talk to me.
Like, we didn't have to kiss or anything in the scene or hug or any sort of contact.
It doesn't matter, you can still have an erection.
She was like right in my... she was like right up in my
yeah,
face. It was a very sort of like a confrontational scene where we weren't necessarily like getting along, or there was some sort of conflict between the two.
Sounds like other relationships.
I remember it was over, just
since.
sort of like walking off the stage going, what just happened? That was just so...
God, this female just put me in my place.
Otherworldly.
This is amazing. And that started a snowball effect.
Snowball effect?
Of you going down the road of liking domineering women.
Domineering?
Maybe.
Really?
I don't know. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. It was one of those, I'm sure both of you guys have done something in your life where you, just like joining the military. Like,
I didn't do that.
I know you didn't, but you've given it some serious thought, and it turned out to be something that you wish that you had done.
Right, correct.
It is kind of, sort of along those same lines for me. We're like, oh, I would really have loved to. I wish I had pursued that in some way.
Yeah, I definitely didn't, so please don't come up to me and thank me for my service. Thank
you for not serving.
If you were on the street
you for not serving,
and you happen to pass me, you're like, oh, I just heard you on the Schnozzcast. Thank you for your service. Please don't do that, because let's not get it twisted. I'm not stealing valor.
Right. He has no valor.
I did not serve.
He did not serve. He's not worthy of things.
Wow.
I just wanted to...
I mean, they could thank you for something.
Put a period on that sentence.
Thank you for being you. No.
Do not thank him.
Don't you dare
anything.
Thank him.
No.
Here, Bob, here's some donuts. Throw these.
No!
Leave the donuts!
I feel like the Bob action figure would have a bag of donuts.
Oh, it would have to.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Bob action figure?
Oh, the Bob action figure.
Yeah. Oh, first of all, how much longer do you guys want to go? Are we ending the evening here, or are we...
Oh, we have to. Oh, God. I just looked at the time.
Well, it's up to Cory, because he's my
me.
ride.
Yeah, we better.
I mean, since I've been here, we're already at 43 minutes just from me being here.
Yeah, I'm at 134, and I think we probably have maybe 10, 15 tops right at the front of setup. So we got over an hour. Up to you if you want to finish here, or if you want to finish up at URO.
I feel like we did the house thing last night. It's been a while since I've been up there.
Well, then the board has spoken.
All right, so can we make the last piece the Bob action figure?
Yeah, the last piece could be about the Bob action figure, even though that's about 30 minutes to last.
Oh, great.
And
I thought you were going to say it's a 30-minute story.
What?
Till last go.
Oh, it isn't?
Well, bar time is 20 minutes fast.
All right, how long do you think it would take you to describe the Bob action figure?
I feel like that's going to be the existential topic.
I mean, I'll put it off
of next week. Okay. An action figure for each person. We've already done Cory, and we've talked about him as an action figure.
That's why it hurts to say.
Yeah, well, you show up late, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Bob's got a lot of acting experience in that.
Always has coming and going.
Always has an erection.
Cory, get close to Bob's face and have a heated discussion.
Cory, you did come in the back door, didn't you?
Oh!
Every time.
Your back door was open, Nick.
No, it always is.
I think you sent him a text saying, "Hey, my back door's open."
I tried to give him a little hint, you know. But all right, that'll wrap up this week. I'm uncomfortable enough already.
Hey, before we go, I think I forgot to give a shout out to Jack Moran for the awesome intro and outro music. Please follow him on Instagram at @thejackmoran, MORAN.
Yeah, that was awesome. Isn't whatever he or she did wasn't that great or not great?
She did played, and they played it well, or maybe not, but it was certainly entertaining, or maybe not. All right, in all seriousness, episode 52. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next weekend.
Have a good night.
Good night. Have a go.
Or you didn't accidentally take my cubed my iPad charger last night. It was like on my table, and I have no idea what it was. Yeah.